Good morning, beautiful person. Not sure what my phone was trying to say to me there, but now I appear to be live. So I'm so happy to be with you again. So my name is Hadassah Vyatar. I am a life coach and a wellness advocate, and I help you make your self-care easy and convenient. So important in this stressful time. So today I wanted to talk about superfoods because as you may have noticed, I've been chattering for a few weeks about the 14-day superfood reset that my friends and I are doing, which started today, but it's not too late to hop in if you like. It's never too late to start a happy, healthy habit. But superfoods are a word that has been really, It's like 7 degrees here in Winnipeg. Sorry about that. 7 degrees here in Winnipeg, and I thought I would need a jacket, which I did for about 5 minutes. Now I'm carrying it. Anyway, superfoods. Everything's a superfood nowadays, tabloid headlines and so on, but there are actually a bunch of foods which actually deserve to be called superfoods and that you really might want to consider incorporating in your diet if you at all can. And there's a bunch of them, and I have obviously done some research. As you know, I am not a nutritionist or an expert or have any God-given knowledge about this stuff. I just go on the internet and look for things. You could do that too. Or you could just drop me a message and ask me for the results of that research that I did, which is basically a PDF with a bunch of links in it to articles that I felt were useful about whatever it is that I'm talking about, which today is superfoods. So if you would like to get a PDF with just like 4 or 5 links to articles that I found useful in doing this research, then drop me a message, I'll send it to you. Anyway, superfoods. So number one superfood that really deserves that name is dark leafy greens. And I know my friend Lynn claims that kale is good for nothing but garnish. And I will admit, unless it's extremely young kale, eating it raw is not part of my life because I have digestive issues and it does not make them better. But it is really good for you in everything else. And you can always, it doesn't have to be kale. Everybody's always on kale. But there's spinach. There's chard. Rainbow chard is beautiful and healthy. So there you go. It's not all dark green, but whenever a vegetable, unlike, say, a processed food, is bright and colorful, it means it's got a lot of excellent phytochemicals in it, which are good for you. So, number one, dark leafy greens. It's been wonderful to have local ones around here as we move towards the end of summer and into the fall. I'm seriously considering getting grow lights and growing my own because they're so expensive to buy during the winter, but they're so important that I don't want to give them up. So if anybody has any tips for me on growing, say, microgreens in my house during the winter, I would love to hear about that. So anyway, number one superfood is dark leafy greens. Try and incorporate them somehow. Spinach doesn't really have much flavor. You can put it on your pizza or whatever and incorporate some of it this way. Throw it in your shake, whatever. Just get it in your body and stop whining. Okay, that's number one. Number two is a lot more palatable to a lot of people, and that is berries, and specifically blueberries, raspberries, things like that. Modern strawberries, especially if they're not organic, you're probably better leaving on the shelf, unfortunately. Not only are they covered in pesticides if they're not organic, they've also been bred to be all show and no flavor. So if you can get local strawberries, lucky you, I envy you. If you can't, strawberries, you can get frozen strawberries. They're probably better for you than the ones that come in from Mexico or whatever. Nothing against Mexican produce, but it comes a long way to get to Canada, so that's not the best. But blueberries, we have frozen blueberries in our freezer year-round. When I can, they're local. I haven't gone out to picking blueberries, I must admit, but we have. They're a great source of income for our local First Nations, and I am proud to support them by buying their blueberries. So there you go. If you can get local blueberries wild, you are absolutely golden in terms of phytochemicals. There's not a lot of blue foods if you think about that. If you're a Percy Jackson fan, there are actually not a lot of blue foods in the world, naturally blue. Not talking about ones that have food coloring in them, but blueberries are definitely rock stars in terms of nutrition. So number 1 was dark leafy greens, number 2 was blueberries, and the third one might surprise you because I am going to sing the praise of the lowly egg. Eggs have had a bad rap, especially if you survived the fat-free 90s, and we were told that eating cholesterol would kill us. That is not true. That research has been thoroughly debunked. So, and eggs are created, they are nature's, what I call it, package for baby birds. If you're eating birds' eggs, they are meant to grow a baby bird. And so they are chock full of nutrition, and they are extremely good for you. You don't have to eat the whole carton in one day, but definitely eating an egg every day is not going to give you a heart attack. On the contrary, it's great nutrition for you. So just to wind this up, my 3 favorite superfoods. Number 1, dark leafy greens. Number 2, berries, especially blueberries. Number 3, eggs. If you can get farm fresh eggs that don't come from stressed chickens that lived in a cage their whole short lives, even better. I am very fortunate to have wonderful farmers. Shout out to Daisha and Adam who farm here in the Interlake. And if you are local and you want to get eggs from them, let me know and I'll connect you, because they have wonderful, wonderful eggs. And they bring them into the city. What could be bad? So, just a reminder, my friends and I are starting a superfood reset program, if you will, or we call it a 14-day superfood reset. That's what we're calling it. And it started today, but it's not too late to jump in. You can drop me a message if you want to know more about it. So have a great day. And as I mentioned, I do have a PDF with the links to this information. You can drop me a message about that. Have a great day. Remember, I love you. Shana Tova if you celebrate. Talk to you again soon. Bye.